Alright, so I got called out for being a pussy when it comes to the NRA. And what I mean by that is, I had somebody who was a long-time subscriber and watches all this stuff, who was, watching some of the podcasts and, I guess watching some of my videos and things like that with a lot of this recent stuff that's been going on with the NRA. And he said, man, you get on there and you talk about the reasons you don't like the NRA, but then you say, but it's okay if you support them, you do you. What do you really think? Stop being a pussy, stop riding the lines, tell us what you really think about the NRA, and tell us if you do actually think other people should or shouldn't support them, and why. So I got called out, so I'm going to make a video to respond to that. And for you, sir, out there, I'm not going to say your name, so I don't know if you want me to say your name, but thank you, because, sometimes you got to get a little kick in the ass to say the things that you think you need to say. Now, I'm not going to make this about anybody else on YouTube. Obviously, there's been a lot of back and forth with a lot of people on YouTube, people I know personally, good friends of mine, people that don't particularly like me and that kind of thing. When it comes to the NRA, it's not about that. It's just about me and my feelings on the NRA. And look, when it comes right down to it, do I think that other people should support the NRA? No. No, I don't. I think the NRA's time has come and gone, and in all honesty, I don't think their time was ever really here, because they are not a pro-Second Amendment organization. They are a pro-gun organization, but not pro-Second Amendment. And this is coming from somebody who is still an active NRA member, okay? My yearly NRA membership has not expired yet. I usually pay for it every year. I've never done the lifetime membership or anything like that. I just pay for it every year, and it's still active right now. So technically I'm still an NRA member, but I made the decision months ago that I was not going to renew, that I'm going to let it expire, and I'm going to put that support that I usually give to them to the Gun Owners Association of America. Now, I already support the Gun Owners Association of America, but they're going to get double the support going forward from me personally, and honestly, that's what I recommend most people doing. And here's the reason why. Taking out the whole recent controversy, bump fire stocks, and everything else that's been going on. I know there's a lot of stuff wrapped up in that. Let's go back a ways. For those of you who are newer gun owners or who are younger, we have to understand that the NRA, okay, this is the same group that was in lockstep, okay, back in the 80s with the 86 ban. They were right there with it. They were in lockstep with the Brady Bill. They were in lockstep with waiting periods. They were in lockstep and practically helped write the 94 assault weapons ban. They were for NICS, the NICS background check system in the late 90s, okay? They were on board with all these anti-Second Amendment, anti-gun legislations, bills, and all that kind of stuff. That is who the NRA is. Now, I don't think they've changed. The same people who were running the NRA back then still run it today. Okay? It's not like it's changed. They've tried to change public perception because they want to build their membership. But remember, they are an organization that survives, that thrives on your fear as a gun owner. Okay? If everything's all good, if everything's great, if we've got pro-gun Congress and pro-gun Senate and a pro-gun president, and nobody's pushing any anti-gun bills, and everything is just great for the Second Amendment and gun owners, people don't pay the NRA to lobby for them. People don't pay the NRA to defend their rights in Washington. Okay, the NRA needs to instill at least a little bit of fear. They need to keep that threat, okay, of somebody coming for your guns alive. All right, they want to make you feel good about giving them money. All right, so they have to keep the threat alive, and that's what they do. It's what they've done for a very long time. They've never been a pro-Second Amendment organization. They've always been a pro-gun, pro-rifle, pro-training organization, but let's get your money too. Ooh, somebody's coming after your guns, that kind of thing. And recent developments with the bump fire stocks and many other things like that have really just pushed me into remembering all the things they did. And it's not that I didn't know those things. It's that I always used to look at them as, well, they're a necessary evil. Sure, they don't really care about our gun rights, but they're still the biggest lobbying arm in Washington. So I'm going to keep giving them my money, and I recommend other people do as well. Okay, they're a necessary evil. We need that big gun lobby in Washington. But here's the thing, we don't need them. We can make the Gun Owners Association them in the blink of an eye. If you just took the money you give the NRA, every one of you out there, all 5 million members, however many it is now, just take the money you give them, give it to the Gun Owners Association, we'd have a much better, truly pro-Second Amendment organization fighting for our rights and lobbying for our rights. And not only does the Gun Owners Association do what the NRA does, and they could do it much better if they had the same money that we give to the NRA, but they actually go into states and fight on a state level for people. The NRA doesn't go to Washington whenever Washington tries to, ban something else or put more background checks or do whatever they're going to do, or they don't go into California. They don't go fight on a state-to-state level. They just stay in Washington and try and keep the bubble going there, and that's great. But the Gun Owners Association actually does that and goes to these individual states to fight for people's rights, for people's Second Amendment rights. We can make them better. And that's where I fall. I don't think anybody should support the NRA anymore. I think their time has come and gone. I think we don't need to forget who they are, what they've done for the Second Amendment in the past, which is to go against it many, many times, time after time after time. And remember, the NRA is still run by the same people who gave us NICS, who gave us the Brady Bill, who gave us the 86 ban, who gave us the assault weapons ban. It's still the same people. They want to keep you in fear for your gun rights and do what's best for them and their bottom line. And so there you go. That's it. That's my feelings on the NRA. I do not support them, and honestly, I don't recommend anybody else support them either.